Sydney or Rome? Which one is better? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome back to another city matchup, or versus, or whatever you want to call this series that we are doing. And today, we're going to be putting Sydney and Rome against each other for a little bit of a contest today. Let's get straight into it, and we're going to start with our first category of our little versus matchup. And we're going to start with weather. This is going to be a little bit tricky for me to judge, but I would have actually given this point to Sydney. So Sydney actually gets this point here. Rome has some of the best Mediterranean weather in Europe. I'm not knocking it, but Sydney, I preferred Sydney's weather. Rome, when it gets hot, it gets disgustingly hot to the point where it just doesn't feel good. Like, it doesn't feel nice in the slightest. It's just not good. When Sydney, I think, is so accustomed to the heat that it doesn't feel too bad. Moving on, food. This is going to be a little bit of a tight little battle here. We have Rome on one side with its pizzas and pastas and calzones and incredible food that it's always known for. And on the flip side, you have Sydney with its multi-culinary dishes and everything from Korean to Japanese to Australian to British to American. You have absolutely tons of different multicultural dishes. You have Thai, Chinese, Singaporean in Sydney. And just for that, I'm going to probably give it to Sydney again. However, if we're judging this purely on Italian food, Rome would run a mile with this victory. Rome absolutely will obviously destroy it. Authentic Italian food. However, Sydney got really close. Sydney's Italian food, especially on Circular Quay, was absolutely lovely, and I really couldn't knock it at all. Sydney know how to do Italian food, is basically what I'm saying. It's not overly greasy. It's a little bit greasy, but not overly. When I would say the street pizza that you could get in Rome is just absolutely lovely. And it's not got a single drop of grease on it. Moving on to the public transportation, and this is going to go straight to Sydney, but Rome does have really good public transport. I'm not going to knock it. It's just nowhere near as versatile as Sydney's public transport. Rome, you've got the north and south and the east and west lines of the metro, so you can take the underground if you want to, very easy. You could just tap on and off with your phone. You can get around the metro in Rome. And then you also have the bus as well, which I think we only took the coach, like a coach from the airport to the terminal station, and then we took the underground from there. But overall, both metros can pretty much get you to most of the tourist locations. Sydney just has more options, from the tram to the bus to the train, and it's just, there's more lines as well in Sydney, so it's more interconnected a little bit better. But Rome does have a hell of a lot of really good and really cool. Moving on, and we're going to move on to the cost of pricing. So I can't really do cost of living because I went on a holiday in Rome and I was on a working holiday visa in Sydney, so it's a little bit difficult, but I can roughly judge. And from my experience, they're both very similar in price. Rome was probably a little bit more in the higher end because it's done in euros, and the conversion rate between euros and Australian dollars is probably, I don't even know what it is. The pound and the euro are really similar, so it's probably around the same, about half. But it was really good. The options you could have to purchase things in both countries are really good as well. I would actually probably lean more Rome this way. That's no European bias, but I would just lean more Rome this way. I'm not going to rule it to either of them, though. You guys can make up that in the comment section down below. What one would you say the cost of living was cheaper on, Rome or Sydney? But I would lean more Rome with this one, because as long as you're outside that city circle, the price is going to drop. So there's that. And finally, to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about the airports and obviously the vicinity of the airports to the city themselves. And of course, Sydney takes this again. Sydney is on top of the city. So it's literally a 5-10 minute train straight into Sydney Central Station, when you have Rome, which there is no train. Especially from the airport I went to, which was Ciampino, I believe it was. There's no train. You got to take a coach or a taxi to the terminal station, and then you can start taking the public transport. It's because the airports are just outside the city circle, which is also the limits of the metro. You can't really get in easy. From Leonardo da Vinci International Airport, which is the main airport in Rome, we don't fly into that one. You may have bit of different experience, but overall, no. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up here. Hope you all enjoyed. Give it a big fat thumbs up if you did enjoy. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like this kind of stuff on the channel. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.